It's hot here. Like one of our coaches from Uganda says, you need to find your ground when you're presenting something. A room full of gurus, directors, director generals, managers. It's never easy. So I'd like to recognize the presence of the director general, our director for this program, our managers, beautiful coaches, consultants, our coordinators, and program affiliates. My name is Derrick Bugembe from Uganda. I am a youth, and I'm happy to be here. Now, my background is in demography and reproductive health, and my postgraduate was in public health management, and I'm a public health enthusiast. I work with the National Population Council of Uganda. I'm happy to meet the Director General, the National confuses me of NPC Kenya. Yeah. It's been a great 2 weeks, and I can't say I'm overwhelmed. To keep time, I want to start off by a desired improvement that I want to see in my community. I want to see to integrate PHED in small businesses, let's say loan financing in my community. Mutungo, a city suburb, 15 minutes away from the city center, Kampala. I want to address a few issues. For example, number one, lack of ground information of population health, environment development in small-scale businesses. I'm going to case study the BODABODAs. There is limited loan capital for PhD integration ventures in my community. We have few NGOs providing family planning and reproductive health services to the urban poor. That issue is because NGOs run to most cases the rural areas and try to live out the urban centers. Yet we have very many urban poor people who try and live in slums. Why NGOs try to run in rural areas is because they receive facilitation and per diem. Per diem is paid per the night you sleep away. We also have limited awareness on tree planting, since we all know urban areas don't give a damn about tree planting. So we have limited social media traffic about PHED. We're all aware that the news is going to focus on politics, it's going to focus on, let's say, floods, but it won't focus on issues that really affect us. Given I've been on the team, on the Build PhD Leadership Program, I want to see that input. Now, one of my first step to achieve issue one, I'm going to carry out ground research on the numbers. We have very many BODABODAs in Uganda. Actually, there was a petition to ensure that they are not in the city center. But because big shots have business ventures in these BODABODAs, it didn't come to pass, so they have to stay. So I'm going to ensure I get ground research done on that, and I'll be the sole responsible person. I'll do the internet, local surveys, and phone calls. That will be in February. I'm choosing February since January, usually, these BODABODAs, since they come from the villages, they are, for the Christmas period, they have to turn back to their homes, and they enter the city centers, let's say like January, because I finished spending all their money. So they have to come back and get more money. I want to partner with friends to increase capital. Now, I'm not, as you know, the NPC is a government agency, and we deal with strategic work plans that run yearly. And the department, I mean in the family health department, we have our core functions. So it's been hard for me to go and input or pitch my ideas to my bosses. So I'm choosing this as a sole contribution. I want to see, can the PHED coaches help me drive this into into my career in the long run. So I'll be doing that with friends. I have a few friends. Of course, they'll be looking at the gaining side. They'll get interest of their money, let's say. But I'll be making sure I get to them and we start something nice. So I'll be using phone calls and meetings. Then the third step is to leverage NGOs to provide family health and reproductive health services. We all know in urban centers there are those NGOs that try to bring on board the young people. So I have a friend called Joshua. He works with an NGO called Nakuru Teenage Information and Health Center. So we shall do megaphones and we shall need transportation to carry out our sensitization. So we shall also do sensitization and awareness of tree planting. I have a friend, he works with a tree farm. They usually, it's an NGO as well. They get funded to ensure they have tree seedlings of different types. Not every tree can grow anywhere. So I'll consult in that field. Now, the fifth step will be to publish the outcome of engagement. This is going to be a long process. I can't do it in one day. So I'll be happy to keep on, like for example in our action plan, there's that progress column, yeah? You'll keep on showing the progress you have. I'll do that with our very own Mr. John, and I'll get help from my fellow Ugandan PHED leaders. We shall use internet, emails, and that will be in April. Then I'll have to monitor the progress of trees still with Derrick, and we shall, as long as the trees are planted, the monitoring goes on. A tree needs caring and monitoring with the time it has been planted. Then the last stage will be to monitor progress on the farming planning and reproductive health services. Now this is Joshua. Joshua, where I stay, has the NGO. So we shall advise, please move to the facility, get the family planning services. These NGOs offer family planning services for free. They also offer SMC, but we won't be looking at SMC, rather we'll be looking at, have you gotten this service? Do you have the person guiding you to do that? So this border middlemen can easily ride to the health facility and get any service they want. That's my last stage. Now for the cases of Sam and Kona who do not know what a BODABODA stage looks like, you notice these guys are always under trees. Yeah. That's where the factor of tree planting comes in. I don't know, in Kenya it's called
shed. It's a shed.
So?
It's a shed.
No, this actual
Piki.
So you'll notice that they're under always what? Tree shades. Please, Peter, scroll down. Are you not another stage? You see the effect of the shadow, and you see that when the sun is too much, they'll all move in the tree shade. Now for those, please go up. No, scroll down. Okay, you get to see that for those who don't have a tree shade, especially on sunny days, there will be few, or they'll run to the buildings for shade. Now, how am I going to work this out? I've prepared a few on the next page. I've prepared how my tasks are going to be, and I have a few minutes left. So, how am I going to carry out grand research on numbers? I'll talk to the LCC. All these BODABODA stages have chairpersons. It's a way of organization. These guys have small circles where they can easily be. In order for you to be a member of a BODABODA stage, you need to register and pay a certain fee. So my goals will be to the LC chairperson, see how many I've added, how many I've left. People keep migrating. In my step 2 of partner with friends to increase capital, I'll pitch the ideas to my friends. Those willing and those, I can't reach you when I know you won't be able to support me. Number 3, I'll leverage with a service provider. That's Joshua. Sorry, I forgot to put that. And with his transportation, I'll be able to make transportation to the premise. It's not so far. A normal BODABODA can take 2,000 Ugandan shillings. That's roughly 0.9 cents in dollars. I don't know in Japanese yen, but in Ugandan shillings, it's also and remember, this is doable. Like I can do it the following day because we were told by Peter that we want to see something that you can do. I want to input PHED I want to integrate PHED in what I feel I can handle. And sensitization awareness on tree planting, I'll use Derrick, and we shall. These BODABODA guys are so busy. So how do you get to them? You find them on the stage and have to use short conversation. Yeah? You're not going to prepare, you're not going to use a megaphone, let's say, but you use short conversation in order to get what you want. Or you can do a one-on-one. Now, on the last stage of publishing, I will, of course, write an article, and it will be, my fellows will help. For the part of reviewing, our coach from Uganda said he will help us on that part. And publishing, Bernard says he has some connections in newspapers, as well as using my social media handles. For the progress of trees, we shall always visit the plant sites, because we're not going to, the tree planting is not going to be in the city. Yeah? Anybody can plant a tree where they are what? Comfortable. But we shall choose a site, and we shall always visit that site with Derrick. We shall need transportation and recording the progress. Of course, we can take pictures to see what the progress looks like. For the case of FP and reproductive health services, we shall have conversations with BODABODAs asking them, are you able to reach out? Do you go to the health facilities? And just like that, we shall be able to see their progress. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. BODABODA guys are a menace. The teenage pregnancy and BODABODAs, one WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Coaches. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I really am excited about this because we've been talking about urban PHE models for many years, but we haven't actually seen one on the ground. So I hope this would be a good model to start. I'm just curious about the tree planting because I think it's not easy to grow trees and make sure they grow up tall and healthy. So I was just curious whether you would also connect with the environment officer of the local government, to learn about how to make sure these trees grow, and also, maybe you want to also think about engaging some urban planning people so that they would think about, trees when they're designing new cities and towns in the future. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, some good input there. Please link up with more than just your department so that we have, and of course, it's interesting when you said we don't want to plant trees in town, but I'm seeing a lot of towns that are going green and trying to, so maybe even that would be an advocacy piece for you to push for those places to just have trees. All right, thank you.
I really need input from the coaches. And I think I still have some time.
No. We are with the coaches till evening. We have the whole day. We will get a lot of input for the same. All right. So thank you very much.